Relationships help us practice not only forgiveness, but returning to true love, reuniting with the beloved within, our source. Again, from Joshua. We have drifted so far away from the source of our being that we think of ourselves as separate from love. One of the main causes for this unfortunate occurrence is that we try to know ourselves through mirrored images. We seek to gain understanding through feedback, evaluation, and opinion of others. Joshua called this reflectance. If one fully comprehends why a flame cannot step aside to see itself burn, and why water cannot see itself flow, then one can also understand and appreciate his own eternal mystery. Surrendering to that mystery will yield more wisdom than any reflection full of illusion could ever reveal. Once this is accepted in faith, there will be no further need to seek external formulations of self-worth. Joshua stated, "You seek to know love by your own efforts and the efforts of others in turn. So, you've learned to think of love as an action or an external thing. It's even bartered as a commodity. Such ideas of viewing love externally have led you to judgment and separation from the true source of love and your own higher nature. The truest way to know your love is not by reflectance, but by the joy you feel in being yourself. That joy is the soul's pleasure in the presence of love incarnate. Whatever you experience as joy is the cup of your love overflowing. By your joy, you shall know your love and the nature of your soul as it casts your love upon the waters of life." Holy relationships will always mutually support the partner's embracing of their beloved within, and thereby increase their joy and inclusiveness of all love. Egos driven by fear will seek to limit and possess their partner and try to secure a pseudo-safety that's always based on the reflectance of the other. This is the core of codependency. Now, this does not mean we're expected to have perfect relationships by willing them or berating ourselves for being inadequate or not trying hard enough when there's a challenge or pain in our involvements with others. This planet is our great playground in which we must experiment and explore to find our way. That's what makes it eminently interesting. Once you think you know your partner perfectly or are totally in charge of your relationships, the universe will serve up the next lesson to take you further in the real mastery of letting go and letting flow. Glenda Green asked Joshua about heartache and loss in relationships. Here's what she found out. Love is not something that can be forced or manipulated. It is not something to be frivolously called forth, except by the very will of love itself. Love is a power beyond our ability to control. Although by understanding the power of love, we are given command of life. In love's presence, we experience true humility and stand in awe of its power. Love's expressions can never be fully predicted, yet it's important to accept love as it unfolds, even when it's taken away from us for a while. Glenda asked Joshua why love is given and taken away. Joshua's response was, "So that you will search for the beloved within yourself and within the hearts of your brothers and sisters. If all you know of the beloved was one person, then where would there be a place for anyone else? Even if your only love were God, everyone else would so fall short that you'd do nothing but judge. You'll be given a taste of love and then allowed to hunger for a while, so that you will seek love within yourself and within greater and greater stretches of reality. It's not the will of God that you should live within limiting, self-possessed bubbles, but rather that you have all of reality for your playground. Holy relationships help each other stay passionate about the essence of love and at the same time be unattached to our ego's definition of the form that it takes. In one of the great passages of love literature, King Solomon's Song of Songs, the passions of higher love are compared to the passion of a bride and groom for each other. Joshua translates the deeper meaning of this metaphor of the passions of higher love. Its highest meaning is in reference to a sacred bond joining the immortal soul with the sacred heart. This is a yearning deep within our being, a seeking for the soul's fulfillment, quite like that of searching for one's life mate. In hopes that your true love is somewhere, you seek with all your heart to find this special person. After finding each other and falling in love, the agony of separation can be simply overwhelming. At last there is recognition, but no lasting attainment until there is a marriage. Even then, from time to time, the two are apart and experience the yearning for blessed reunion. What a wonderful way of declaring the true love between the Sacred Heart and soul. Joshua describes the Sacred Heart as the feminine presence of divinity and the soul as the masculine presence of divinity. Both incarnate within each person as the very power of supplying life. This allows us to see each loving the other forever as bride and groom, each seeking to know the other's passion throughout eternity.